What's good, guys? We're back again with another video. Today we're actually a month and a couple days away from when the season started last month, and I decided I wanted to do a all-star ballot for the first month, just for the first month. This video is only going to be about the first month. Even if you play bad and you're a top player, you probably won't be on this list. You probably already know who I'm talking about. But this is only about the first month, so this is not me predicting what's going to happen in February. Like, things can change, you know that, so don't be a dickhead about it. Stuff's going to change. This is just who I think have been all-stars through this first month. But before we get into this video, make sure you like, subscribe, share with your friends. I'm also going to shout out my thumbnail maker. Shout out my boy Josh. These fucking thumbnails have been crazy lately. Like, this thumbnail I just made for this video, go look at it. This is a crazy thumbnail. This is a really good thumbnail, so shout out to him. But other than that, like I said, like, subscribe, share with your friends. So we're going to start off with the West, and I'm going to just be honest. In real life, LeBron's going to be the captain. But off the first month, LeBron's not even an all-star for me. Not at all. You look at the stats, they're cool, but we suck. He's been injured for 10 games out of the 20 we played. His impact has been terrible, so he's not an all-star. But the all-star to me is, the captain to me is first Stephen Curry, averaging 31 points, 6 assists, and 7 rebounds. He's just been insane. The whole starting lineup is Steph Curry, Luka. This is a surprise. And I'm going to just say this before I say his name. Bro, I could not find a forward that should start over this guy. I really couldn't do it. And I wanted to do Wiggins at first, but I was like, nah, the Warriors don't deserve 2 all-stars. And this team right now, currently, they're the 6th seed, and they surprise everyone. I have Jeremy Grant as the first forward starting. Look at the West. Before you kill me, look at the West. I told you LeBron's not going to make it. And maybe I'm forgetting somebody, but it's not a lot of forwards that's been playing better than Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant, when Dame's been out, he's been playing fucking amazing. So I had to put Jeremy Grant there. And at the starting forward, we're showing the starting lineup. I got Anthony Davis. Come on now. And Jokic. Jokic, he's been chilling this season. Now, hasn't really been shooting it that much, but he's still averaging 22, 9, and 8. AD has been on a absolute tear these last few games. Started off, I wouldn't even say he started off slow, but since the Lakers suck, it wasn't put all on him, but people didn't realize he was still doing his thing. But when LeBron went out, that's when he started going ridiculous. I think it was a point where he's averaging 33 and 18 in a 5-game stretch. He's been dominant, and this is the first time we've seen dominant AD. And I'm not even gonna say 2020 because AD was just super dominant all around, even in the outside and the post from 3. He was just dominant. But Pelicans AD was back to the basket dominant, and that's what we've been seeing from AD this year. And like I said, Jeremy Grant's been averaging 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. The team is top 6, surprised everybody. He's been the best player on the team. Dame's been in and out. Anthony Simons, his play's been up and down. But Jeremy Grant has been consistent the whole season. So he's number 1. He's the number 1 forward for me. And number 2, Luka, of course, 2K numbers. Even though the team's trash, they're on a 5-game losing streak, he's going to be up there. I'm sorry if you feel like there's other players that should be over them because they have better records. Luka's averaging 33, 8, and 8. I can't do it. I'm sorry. So that's my starting lineup. Like I said, Steph Curry's been hooping, and we'll talk about him in a video I'm going to drop tomorrow. But shout out to that starting lineup. Now, the bench, I'm just going to go through the whole bench. Devin Booker, John Morant, De'Aaron Fox, the first 3 guards off the bench. And the next 2 forwards are Brandon Ingram and Domantas Sabonis. And then I think the little throw-ins they put at the end, the 2 people to round out the roster. Whoa, that was a crazy stutter. The 2 people to let off the roster, I had Desmond Bain. Yeah, that's a surprise for me too. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I would have named him first. When I was writing my notes down, I was like, fuck it. But at first, Devin Booker, he's having an MVP season. Even when Chris Paul has been out, he's been playing the point guard a lot, and the team's still top 5 in offense. And he's also been really fucking good on defense, and they're top 5 in defense. Not saying it's because of him, but he's been really locked in on defense. And people don't understand, his playmaking for a shooting guard is second to none. You can probably say Paul George. I wouldn't go that far, but his playmaking for a shooting guard is second to none. He's been really good. Like I said, 27 and 5 and 5. And I think record-wise, after the Celtics, they're number 2 in the league. So shout out to D-Book. Ja, self-explanatory. I didn't expect him to be going this crazy this year. Ja's just He's crazy, bro. He's crazy. I gotta give my respect to Ja. Been one that's been super critical with Ja Morant back in the day, but Ja is fucking crazy. 28, 6, and 7. Shots been going up. The one thing I want to see from Ja is, and I think some other guards are starting to do this to like spread out their game. I would say De'Aaron Fox, Darius Garland is starting to do this. Even Donovan Mitchell to a certain extent. Start getting a mid-range shot because it opens up so much. Like I said that, and I think in a De'Aaron Fox video a couple days ago, it opens up so much. But like he's just so dominant that he just probably won't even have to do that. But yeah, he's number 2. De'Aaron Fox, the team's top 5 in the West. He's been himself. He's been dominant. I think he's an MVP candidate. I don't think a lot of people expected the Sacramento Kings team to be good, but not this good. Not number 2 offense in the league. And like I said, if I'm looking all over the place, this camera is fucking confusing me, so I don't know where to look at. But De'Aaron Fox has been really good. I think he's still leading the league in clutch points. He just came off a 7-game winning streak. De'Aaron Fox, I gotta give him his respect. Now the first forward, I had to give it to Brandon Ingram, one because he's been the most healthy star on the team, even though I think he's the best. Not a lot of people do think he's the best on the team. I think he's the best. But he's been the most healthy star on the team. And they have their top 5 seed. They deserve an all-star. And I think he's it. I know they deserve 2, but he has been good. And I only say he hasn't been really good because 2 things. I would say one thing is the coach. And the coach's problem is he's running it through CJ McCollum. If you go to Pelicans Twitter, they will complain about this for all night. But it's not really complaints because it's true. Like, he's running the offense through CJ McCollum. Like, you have Zion Williamson and you have Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram's a really good passer, but y'all never won pick and rolls with those two. That's just, the offense is ran terribly, even though they're still a top 5 offense. It's ran terribly. But Brandon Ingram, as of late, has been stepping it up. Like, he's just saying, fuck what he's talking about. But he's been dominating. He's averaging 25 and 6. And one thing I can say is he's doing the stuff that you need to do to take the next step to be a superstar. Spreading out the game and not just a scorer no more. He's been really good on defense. You go look at another crazy stutter. Gotta slow down. But if you go look at plus minus through the league, he's still top 5 in the league, and he's been really good on defense. Now I wouldn't say he's been a lead or nothing, but like from a player that used to be like lackluster on defense, terrible on defense, he's been really good at his playmaking. Like, go to Twitter, go watch some film. He's been elite playmaking. It's just weird that he came into the Pelicans shooting 17 shots again. Last year shot 18, and now he's shooting 15. Come on now. And part of that is adding CJ to it, and then adding Zion, but still, come on. That's my one thing with B.I. He's a star. I don't think he know it yet. Like, you're never going to see a game where Jason Tatum's not shooting his 20 shots. Same thing with what? DeMar DeRozan. Like, you're not going to see that. So that's his next step, but he's been really good. Domantas Sabonis, like I said, the Kings, they've been surprising a lot of people. I feel like they deserve 2 All-Stars. He's been averaging, 18, 12, and 6. Yeah, 16, 11, and 6. But he's been really good as of late. I think those stats are a little down because how he started, but as of late, he's been fucking dominated. And one thing I wish is he was a better defender, but you're just not going to get that. And then next, Desmond Bane. They deserve 2. They're top 5. He's averaging 24, 4, and 4. I didn't expect him to take that big of a leap. I think he was 18 last year to 24. He's been really good. I'm not even impressed with his shooting or his scoring because I know the dude can shoot and score. My thing is his playmaking has been really fucking good off of Ja. It's been really good. And the defense has stepped it up to a certain extent. So this Memphis team can scare a lot of people in the playoffs. 2 dynamic guards like they got. I don't know. That can be a hard team to beat. And then Shea, like I said, Shea, if they had a better record, he's starting over. Who did I start? He's starting over Luka. I'm not gonna lie. He's been better than Luka to me. Shea has just been amazing, bro. He's been amazing. 31, 5, and 7. There's no reason why that team should even be in games. There's no reason why they should have 8 wins. Like, that team's shit. But like, you just got one of the best players on your team. He's been dominating. So that's it for the Western All-Stars. Okay, one All-Star I did forget for the West. And this is probably one All-Star you think can start over Jeremy Grant. Larry Markkinen. It's been really good. Team's been on a stretch of losing. That's why I forgot. I think in their last 10 they're 2-7. But for how good they started off in this month, he has to be an All-Star. So I agree with that. But I put him over Brandon Ingram? No. Sabonis? No. Any other guys off the bench? No. I think the only argument you can have is between him and Jeremy Grant. I still might lean Jeremy, but Larry has been really good. So that's the one I probably forgot. So don't even leave you can still leave your comments down there. Now, the captain of the East is obviously Giannis Antetokounmpo, 30, 11, and 5. Again, 2K numbers. He's been dominating. His mid-range shot hasn't even been good. His free throws have been terrible. And he's still averaging 30. Like, a lot of people like to highlight that shit. He's still averaging 30. That's crazy to me. But yeah, he's the captain for the East. And the first two guards are Donovan Mitchell, Jaylen Brown. Then the forward and the center is Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid. And then we're just going to go through the whole team and go talk about them down the line. The first three guards off the bench is Darius Garland, Tyrese Halliburton, and Trae Young. And the next three forwards are, and I hope I don't have too much players, but if I do, fuck it, don't pay attention. But Kevin Durant, Bam, and Kristaps Porzingis. And the two end pieces, I put Siakam/OG. I feel like the Raptors deserve an all-star, even though Siakam's been out for like the last 2 weeks. So that's why I put /OG. And we'll talk about why I had OG there. And then Jalen Brunson. So, to go from the top, Donovan Mitchell to me has been the best guard in the East. He's kind of carried us a lot of times. And he's kind of doing, again, what other stars do when they need to take the next step, is just spreading out your game, not being so one-dimensional. And he's proved me wrong. I thought he was just a shot chucker. Dude can really play make. He can defend. He has some lapses off ball, like some mental lapses off ball. But on ball, he's a pretty good defender. He's a really good leader, too. I'm happy that I get to see that with my team. Jaylen Brown. I'm going to get this out of the way before any of y'all think about this, because I knew this was a topic in the offseason. He's averaging 26 and 6 and 3, and this probably coming from me because I'm a standard dude. He's still not fucking with Brandon Ingram. I'm going to just let y'all know that right now. He's not fucking with Brandon Ingram. But he has been an all-star starter. They deserve 2 all-stars. Their team's been by far the best team in the league, and he's been really good, really good. And I'm gonna talk about him and Jason Tatum at the same time. The one thing I'm noticing with them two is they learned from that finals. They obviously learned from that finals. The thing with them two always was, and I always been a huge fan of both of them, but they both had the same problem that pissed me off. They settle for everything. Like, they make it so hard for themselves. I think I have a finals video about, and I showed several highlights or clips of them just settling for stuff. And that's why they lost the finals, just giving up momentum, settling for stuff. But them two together this season, they've been the best duo. Jason Tatum is probably the MVP right now, probably. We'll talk about that tomorrow in my video. But yeah, Jaylen Brown's been really amazing as the number 2. And it doesn't even look like a 1A, 1B anymore. Like, he's just a really good B. Jaylen Brown is just a really good B, because Jason Tatum is just a really good number 1 that I wouldn't even disrespect him by saying he's a 1A. No, that nigga's a 1. He's a 1. But yeah, Jason Tatum is taking out the steps to round his game out. He's been better playmaking, better defender. And Jaylen Brown has just been, come on now, that two pair, they're only what, 24, 26. That's a dynasty on the way. Joel Embiid, even though he's been out a lot of games, dude's averaging 32, 10, and 4. There hasn't been a center better than him. Now, the first guard off the bench, Darius Garland. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's been the second best guard in the West. I mean, in the East. Probably say Tyrese. Trae's been shooting it so bad, I just want to do that. But Darius Garland's been really good. Stepped up scoring. Playmakers kind of took a step back, because you have Donovan Mitchell, but taking a step back and you're still averaging 8 assists, like, shout out to you, my boy. You're an elite playmaker, but I'm happy that he's taking a step to being an elite scorer. Like I said earlier when I talked about Ja, he's taking the step to become a better mid-range shooter, and he's always been a really good shooter. No matter where he's at on the court, he's going to be a really good shooter. It's about taking the shots. Now he's taking the mid-range shots, and now he's hitting, and he's finishing well around the rim. One thing I need him to do, stop these goddamn turnovers. And these turnovers, and this is what all the cast, turnovers out of the timeout piss me off. And we do that a lot. But next, Tyrese Halliburton, bro. The Pacers are what, 11-7, top 5 in the East out of nowhere, and 19, 4, and 11, like 11 assists, and you're 22. You got it. You got it, bro. And I hope they don't fade away, because I don't want him to get robbed of an all-star. He deserves to be an all-star. At 3, For the guards, like I said, we had Trae Young, 28 and 9, even in the off season. I guess like Steph Curry had an off season last year, still was averaging 27. But even in the off season, Trae's still gonna average his points. He's still gonna do his thing. So shout out to Trae. I think they're still top 5 in the East too. Kevin Durant, even though like they're 11 or 10, it's Kevin Durant. You know who he is, Kevin Durant. 29, 6 and 5, still consistent. Defense has been, and I'm going to say it, it's been elite this year. So shout out to Kevin Durant. The next forward, Bam. As of late, he's been killing. My whole thing with Bam, and this is for one specific person. I hope you're actually watching the fucking video, because I'm just telling you it right now. My whole problem with Bam is, and this is why I would take some centers that are obviously under him over him, is because I don't know what Bam I'm going to get. Bam has had stretches like this. Like right now, I think on a 5-game stretch, he's averaging 26 points. And I'm just talking about the points. That's what we want from Bam. I'm going to be honest. That's what all stat watchers or people that watch basketball, they want the points to go up from Bam, because they see how talented and how dominant he can be. But you don't get that every night from Bam. That's always been my main point with Bam. I don't know what Bam I'm going to get. I always know I'm going to get a good defender, but I don't know if I'm going to get this much of an impact on offense. Now, with other guards, like, for example, Jared Allen, I know him all the time. I'm going to get an elite shot blocker, elite defender, all-around defender, and on the other side, I'm going to get my rebounds, and I'm going to get great pick-and-roll play. I know I'm going to get that every single night. I know I'm going to get a guaranteed 14 points from Jared Allen. I don't know if I'm going to get 12 points from Bam or 28 or 30. I don't know. My whole thing with Bam is consistency and dominance, because we all see he has all the tools to be a top 15 guy in the league. He just hasn't taken that step, and he's 25. So it's not like he's still young, of course, but it's not like I'm picking on a young guy to take a step too early. No, see, just Tatum, he took his step. Jaylen Brown's taking his step. Brandon Ingram took his step. Take that step. That's his next step, is to be way more consistent. So I had Bam at 5. Kristaps. I mean, not 5, but the next forward is Kristaps. He's been probably a top 5 big in the East this year. Been really good. Been their best player by far, and I believe they're still a top 7 team, even though they've been on a little stretch of losses lately. But he's averaging 20 and 8 and 2. He's been shooting the lights out. He's kind of looked. This is the closest he looked to New York Knicks Kristaps. It hasn't been as dominant, because I remember Kristaps used to be super dominant, even though he's not a back to the basket guy. But he's been really good, especially on defense. He's been really good. Now, Siakam, he would have been the starter. He's playing the 5, so I would have put him over Joel Embiid if he didn't get hurt, because he was on a crazy pace, averaging 24 and 9 rebounds and 7 assists. He was going crazy. But he did get hurt. But OG Anunoby, I got to give him his respect. If it wasn't for Brook Lopez, he'd be by far the defensive player of the year. He's been absolutely locked, and it sucks we play him tonight. We're probably going to fucking lose, because he's been crazy. But even on offense, averaging 18 points, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds and 2 assists. He's been really good. And at the last spot, Jalen Brunson, got to give him his respect. He's been on the tear of late also. He's averaging 21 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. And I can honestly say he's been the only bright spot of the Knicks. Only bright spot. They got their point guard, but they still are mid. But he's been really good, so I had to give him his spot. But that's it. I'm gonna drop another video tomorrow, probably the first month award show. But let me know what you think, man. I think my only controversial one is Jeremy Grant. But maybe I'm tripping. Go find a forward that's been playing better than Jeremy Grant in the Western Conference. Go find that for me. If you do, leave that under the comments. Like and subscribe. Share with your friends. I'm out, y'all. Peace out.